Hi, I'm Reynolds with Allie's Organics, and I want to show you how to grow vegetables in straw. Some of my favorite things to grow are squash and pumpkins. They just do really good. They look kind of neat in it, but you kind of got to plan ahead, like 3 weeks ahead. And I just start getting my bale, put it where you want it, because once it's wetted down, it's going to be really heavy and it's going to be hard to move. So we're just going to wet this thing down and get it really saturated about 3 weeks before we actually start planting it. Then once we've got it wetted down, I'm going to add some cottonseed meal to it. You can add some blood meal to it too. You just want something that's high in nitrogen. And I'll just sprinkle some of this over the top of it, and then I'll water it in again. Just like maybe a cup or so is all you really need. And you want to keep this moist. And in another week, you're going to come out here and do this again. You're going to go ahead and add cottonseed meal on it. But at this time, you want to add some compost to it. Just some of the compost that I've made. And I'm just going to spread this right over the top. And then water it in again. Just get a nice layer, maybe an inch or so. Water it in. And let it sit for another week. And once this is set for a week, then I'm going to come back and again add some more cottonseed meal. Then at this point, I'm going to just take a hole out of the center. It's pretty easy to get it to come out once it's set for 3 weeks because it's somewhat broke down. You're just going to be pulling that center out and then just kind of popping a hole. Then add just a little bit of compost to that hole. And this here is a butternut squash. And it'll just flow over the edges and it just looks really cool. You do have to keep these pretty moist. If you live in a hot area, they dry out fairly fast. But if you actually put a tarp or plastic underneath this, it would actually help keep the moisture in and you wouldn't need to water it as much. And of course, water it in after you plant it. Keep this watered and you can come back and add your cottonseed meal to it about every 3 weeks or so. And you only really need to put it right around this little area around the squash, about 6 inches out. And that's all there is. It's pretty easy.